Father Ray Kelly shot to fame when video of him singing a version of Hallelujah went viral. He went on, of course, to star on Britain's Got Talent, but along with his overnight fame has come unwanted attention.
And Father Ray says that he only really realised what was going on when the Netflix show Baby Reindeer sent a shiver down his spine because he too was being pursued by a delusional stalker, and it had been going on for 5 years.
Why do you think she thinks that you are in love with her?
I don't know, really. I think she's totally delusional, being quite honest with you, because I'm not in love with her. I've met her very briefly once, and it goes back to 2019 when I was about to go to record a new album, and I didn't have the finance to do it, and my agent suggested I, try a GoFundMe campaign, which I was reluctant to do, because I always feel that when you're a singer, people think you've loads of money and everything like that. So, but anyway, it didn't take off, so obviously this lady saw it, and she offered to pay €20,000 to fund an album for me. And my agent at the time thought, yeah, that's a good idea, and then I had two very faithful dogs, King Charles Cavaliers, called Biddy and Buddy. And Biddy, my female dog, died, and I was in no mood to go into a recording studio to make an album, so it fell through. But so I wrote and thanked the lady for her generosity and all of that. That was fine. Nothing really more happened until I launched my book, my memoirs, back in November of 2019, and she flew in to Ireland for it, totally unexpected. Very briefly chatted to her, because there was a lot of people there, and that was it.
And how did she strike you on that first meeting, that only meeting?
Very normal, very nice. Yeah, beautiful lady, absolutely beautiful lady, And then gradually, because that was 2009, then COVID hit in 2020, and my church the parish was Oldcastle in County Meath, and all my masses went out on the World Wide Web, the www, because, well, all the time anyway, but particularly they were popular because of COVID and people couldn't go to church. And every so often she'd send me an email, you look very sad this morning, you're not feeling well, little things like that. And then another time, I loved your tight trousers you had on you this morning, it really looked nice, And another time then, you sung Eagle's Wings, I'd always sing at Mass, and you sung Eagle's Wings, and I love that song, I bet you sung that song for me. And maybe
so
somebody...
slow and gradual.
Yeah, little things. I'd wave at somebody at the back of the church, say, goodbye, Father Ray, and I'd say, bye-bye, and I'd wave. That wave was especially for me,
And this is all through emails?
This is all through emails.
And how many emails were you getting?
That stage, about 1 or 2 per week.
OK.
Which was OK, but...
it ramped up?
Yeah, it began to build up then. And then she realised I went to Innsbruck to record a couple of songs, and she thought the idea of going to Innsbruck to get married now would be lovely.
But to you?
To me, yeah. Oh, yeah. How much she was in love with me, and she wanted to put her arms around me and have me there to live with her. And you've got to tell your bishop to let you go. He's holding on to you. You have to fight. You have to stand up, because I know you're in love with me. And she would write things like, I know you said, or I know you did. And
were you worried that when you went to places and she mentioned how meaningful that would be for you both, that she might turn up as well?
Yes, exactly, because I do a tour of America every year, a concert tour, around September, October. And she'd know, because it'd be up on Facebook, it'd be advertised at different locations in the States. And my fear is that she'd turn up at some of them, My biggest fear was that, especially when I saw Baby Reindeer, was that she'd come to church someday and just shout up, you promised you'd marry me, You promised you'd marry me.
So you were watching Baby Reindeer because you're telling this story with a smile on your face. Yeah. And a lot of people watching might think, well, this doesn't sound very threatening or intimidating or worrying. But that's exactly the story that Baby Reindeer tells. That to many people, this just looks like, well, so what? She's not a threat. She's just sending you some emails there. Clearly, you can dismiss them. Can you explain what you felt when you watched Baby Reindeer and you thought, finally, someone gets it and is telling the story as it is?
I remember watching the series of Baby Reindeer, and I began to get shivers kind of down, because I started comparing then, because I thought I was the only one in the world that this ever happened to, and I'm sure I'm not. But when I saw that Baby Reindeer, I realised, and of course the big difference was Baby Reindeer, the couple where she was coming into the bar every day to the guy behind the bar, but I wasn't meeting the girl physically as he was meeting her, but it kind of gave me this Jeannie, like, you know, if these emails continue like this, it's like it builds up. Like it's like gradually built up in the beginning anyway. The next thing, when she can't see me anymore on the World Wide Web, the next thing she'll try and come over to Ireland and find where I am. And that was my fear.
The emails that you've quoted to us so far are delusional, clearly, but quite romantic and affectionate and complimentary.
Yeah, yeah.
Did she turn threatening?
No, there was never a threatening moment. Never a threatening moment. Never absolutely that, nothing physically threatening at all.
But can you explain that feeling? Because there's no threats. There's no fear of something violent happening. But there's this constant sense of being unsettled.
Yeah.
And also because, the same as Baby Reindeer, you're a man being stalked by a woman.
Yeah.
Lots of men would think, well, you know, what's the problem here?
As I said to somebody, I wish it happened to me 40 years ago or something like that.
Well, but the thing is, you can laugh it off, but it's part of the problem, isn't it? Because there's a sort of constant shadow following you around.
I can't figure out somebody. I'm not a psychologist, so I don't understand, but I just can't figure out how somebody can do this to somebody else.
Why didn't you block her?
I did block her, and the emails were still coming through. You have this person blocked in your list,
Right.
but the emails were still coming through for some reason.
Well, that's no good, is it?
So you've taken another measure.
So I've taken another measure now, and the air email that I was using was one that we have to pay for in Ireland, and a lot of my kind of business was on that email account. So I had to transfer all of that stuff to another email account.
So you've shut down your email account. They've come to an end, haven't they?
Yeah, they've come to an end now. Yeah.
And you did go to the police.
Yes, I did.
But did the police investigate?
I really went to the police just on one reason only, just to have it reported and to put it into their system in the event of something happening to me.
And they have done that?
Yeah, and I didn't want any prosecutions. I don't want to hurt this person.
If she were to be watching this right now, what would you say to her?
Well, I'm just hoping she is watching it, and I'd say, listen, you know, thank you for all the emails, but please leave me alone. Stop writing these emails. I'm not in love with you. I've no intention of leaving my priesthood. You know, get on with your life. Move on, you know, let me go. Whatever's going on in your head, stop.
And what would you say to anybody else in this situation who's also struggling to cope?
Well, you see, I suppose try and go down the path I did. I went to my solicitor. He wrote to her. But
you would also presumably recommend register it.
Oh, yeah.
With the police.
Certainly go to the police. Go to your solicitor as well, because maybe it would have stopped with some people with a letter from a solicitor or with the police report.
Well, good luck.
OK.
Thank you,
Father
guys.
Ray Kelly, thank you, the singing priest. Well, you're still smiling, but
I'm still smiling, yeah.
And that's important. But
well, you see, I'm lucky that I have family and I've shared a lot with it. I don't bottle it, you know, which is important.
Yeah.
You've got a good sense of perspective as well, there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, and good luck, good luck.
Thank you so much.
If you're affected by that issue or any of the issues we discuss in the programme, there is advice and support at itv.com/helpline.